Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pod Spot, where we pop about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. This week, we are popping about the double day show thingy. It was LPW CWS first strike, and then it was LPW49. Hey, bud, let's party. And we partied indeed that day. I am your host, Andre C. Joining me, as always, my co-host extraordinaire, the man who's wearing the Atlas Raven shirt. It's AWS. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. God, what a day Saturday was. It was an unbelievable experience. The weather may have been the worst weather of the season so far, but that didn't change the fact that Saturday was probably one of my favorite days this year. Full stop.
I agree. That whole day, while misery outside was a dream come true to me, and just and also it's just one of the funnest things I've been a part of, and just everything all rolled into one. So let's chat about it. We went back to NAIT. We went to NAIT.
We went to NAIT.
The NAIT Gymnasium.
For the first time in 7 years for me, probably 7 years for you as well. It was an unbelievable day. We went and got breakfast, and then we went in and we helped out get everything set up for the show. It was a ton of fun. It was hard work, but, it paid off. And we had 2 whole wrestling shows at a place that hasn't seen wrestling since before COVID, I think. Or, just before COVID.
Yeah, the last time they were there was PWA 2019. I think it was NAIT. I don't know if it was the anniversary or NAIT Champions. But it's where Michael Roger Blaze took a Canadian Destroyer off a ladder through a table that was stacked on top of another ladder.
I remember that very well.
Like, this venue means so much to me. This was the first place I ever saw in indie wrestling, because I was in a random couple spot shows I've seen in random small towns. But this was the place I fell in love with independent wrestling. I went to my first PWA show there, and that's where I fell in love with professional wrestling, and fell in love with independent professional wrestling. It's where it was like this. That's where I became a fan. So to get to come back here with some names that I've seen wrestle in this venue, including Shabazz and Michael Richard Blaze, part of these events, just was absolutely perfection. And getting to be, even if I hadn't gotten to ring announce, just getting to be part of the setup, being part of putting everything together was amazing. But getting to be part of the first show, be on this first show, was absolutely incredible. Like, just to be involved in the place where I fell in love with wrestling, indie wrestling, and to be part of indie wrestling in that place. It just, oh God.
There's no better feeling, genuinely.
No, there really isn't.
Like, I don't have as deep a history with NAIT as you do, but this is definitely the place that I remember watching supercards, like, unbelievable, meeting people like Sean Spears, like Ricky Steamboat, like Christopher Daniels twice, like, so many great memories in that building. That's where I met people like Birat Garani for the first time, people like Sheik Shabazz, Andy Anderson, Omen Gabriel Estat. So many names, Michael Richard Blaze, so many names that I've come to love as in this business have performed in this building. And so many people on this roster were performing in that building for the first time. And I don't want to beat around the bush, miss a lot of stuff. I got to do a quick pop review, as is customary. But besides that, we are going to go straight into it. So I have the third and final flavor of Faygo from my mom here. This is the cotton candy Faygo. I expect this one. I going into it, I think this is going to be my least favorite because cotton candy is just sugar. I'm expecting.
I feel before you drink it, I think that tastes more like bubblegum than cotton candy.
More so than the bubblegum flavored soda. That's interesting. I'll give it a shot.
In my opinion, but
that tastes exactly like the bubblegum soda.
Told you.
Literally the exact same. That being said, if you wanted bubble pop and they were out of stock, but they had this, there you go. I give it a 7 out of 10.
It's just two things made from sugar put into a flavor. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's both bubble gum, the bubble flavor.
They just changed the color of the soda.
Yeah, just blue bubblegum pop. But I think it's delicious.
Oh, it's delicious. I mean, every Faygo I've had is absolutely killer. It just tastes the exact same as the bubblegum soda.
It's got unhealthy amounts of sugar in it.
It's like unbelievably unhealthy.
But I don't.
That's why I'll drink this bottle across like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so, it's a lot of sugar. So
yeah.
But with that said, I think we should get started to talk about the LPW CWS first race show, which this guy right here is going to be doing the notes for. He's going to be running us through. So I'm just going to give my feelings on some of the stuff because I worked the show, so I couldn't really.
Yeah, and this is something you can always have. You were the first person in that building to ring announce in 7 years.
Yeah. I feel honored to be able to say that, but I think Spencer did such a freaking great job on that main show, and just tremendous.
There's a lot to talk about across both of these. This one's going to go long. So we're going to kick things off real quick with match number 1. It is a LPW Scramble Championship match. The Scramble champion himself, the Rhinestone Cowboy, Steven Crowe, taking on Nasty Nate Nixon, our boy Jack O'Connor, our other boy Jax Wilder, and the runaway model Nick Shostastic.
He's not our boy?
I think he's decent enough. He's decent enough to be our boy. Nate's absolutely no one's boy. He's Will's boy. That's pretty much the only boy he is.
Nate only has one friend, and it's Will Taylor.
He only has eyes for Will. So this match kicks off. I have a couple of notes for the entrances. First of all, Steve coming out looking like Guy Fieri with his fire attire. Really did dig it. It was very cool. Second best attire he wore that night. And I have immediately the bell rings and Nick yells, "I'm too pretty for this," and then leaves.
Yeah. Didn't understand that. I heard that because I was behind the curtain when that happened, but I heard him yell that. I'm like, okay, why?
Yeah. It was interesting. We got Nate and Steve starting things off. We get a bunch of heavy strikes. Steve gets the spit chop, and then Steve throws Nate into the corner, knees him, and then does the old MJF thrust my cock in your face. Definitely a choice, one that has machinations later in the night. We get Jax spearing Nate out of pure rage because he's obviously been very mad about the whole situation with Reed and the Mad Lads, and now Mars is taken down. Lots of punches. He gets like full Luthez on him and just absolutely starts raining down these heavy fists. But Jack O'Connor comes up behind Jax, picks him up, and just deadlift Germans Jax off of Nate. Absolutely beautiful. Everyone is in corner now, so Jack does a European uppercut for every single person in the corner, and then he goes up to Steve, the fourth person in the corner, and just absolutely gut wrenches him out of his socks. Goes for the pin, but Steve kicks out, and then Nate AAs Jax onto Steven. He picks up Jax on his shoulders and then does an AA onto the prone Steven. Absolutely brutal. We get the Steven going for his signature clandestine cowboy Meteora on Jax here, but Nick manages to grab him mid Meteora and tosses him out of the ring. Very cool. Nate goes for a buck nasty, I believe, on Jax here. No, it wasn't on Jax. I believe it was on Nick, I think. I don't have the best notes, but he goes for a buck nasty, but it's reversed into it was Jax. Of course, I'm an idiot. Buck Nasty reversed into a fisherman suplex by Jax for 2. And we get Steven going for a good, bad, and the ugly, but it is countered by Nick Shostastic coming out of the sky with a high cross body. And then both Nate and Jax are pinned here, but they both kick out, and then they start punching each other like they're Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We get the finish here. Nate goes up and he hits his Husper in the wind, as we call it, his tribute to Vince Austin. And then Nate blocks Jax's spear as he comes out, hits a Buck Nasty onto Jax. Then Steve throws Nate out, then has a little scuffle with Jack, then throws Jack out, manages to pin Jax, and barely gets a 3 to pick up the win in the title retention in this actually phenomenal scramble match. Like, this is one that would absolutely fit on the main show.
Yeah, again, this was a really fun match. Like, again, normally this would have been on the main show, but Steven Crowe has an unsanctioned match with Michael Richards.
Yeah, Steven Crowe has something to deal with.
So he's not going to be defending on the title, so he defends in the afternoon. And again, this was absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 men's were really well. Steven Crowe, I'll talk about the other guys a little bit more after, but Steven Crowe, again, having had laser focus on this match that's coming up on the later show, still showed up here and had an incredible title defense here and defending and retaining this belt. Absolutely tremendous showing for one Steven Crowe.
Absolutely phenomenal showing. Absolutely. And then we get the post match. Nate starts to crash out and starts throwing chairs, and some people chant temper tantrum. Then our boy Andre, he comes up and he lays down the law. What did you tell Nate, Andre?
Okay, so first I walked up and was it one of them was literally crawling their way to the back.
I think that would have been probably Jax.
Oh no, Crow crawled out. The Jax was kind of on the floor, getting ready to leave. Nate's throwing chairs and starting to head to the back. And I'm like, whoa. Before I yelled at the loss, don't leave because you have another match. And Nate just goes, no, what? No. And he gets in my face. And I'm like, I don't go down there. I'm like, yeah, you're in the next match. He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, yes, you are. And then the crowd starts going to match Nate. And then I say, and you have another one tonight as I got in the ring.
3 match Nate.
And then it's
3 match Nate.
I thought it was great because Nate was so mad that he put him in the match. I'm like, dude, the losers of the scramble match enter the battle royal. Or the first entrance in the battle royal.
As we're about to get into
this, I don't have my cards on me, but
I think I fixed the names off of what I saw on socials. Okay. Please do correct me if I'm wrong with some of these.
I was going to say it's Michael Richard Blaze, Zoe Sager, Atlas Raven, the Canadian Goose, the avian autistic Avenger, the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw. That is the new.
Respect that. That's a great
You have GG Ray, the G Money. GG Ray is in this match. Then you have Zoe. So I said Zoe Sager, and then Nasty Nixon, Jax Wilder, Jack O'Connor, and
Nick Shostastic.
But then you have 4 new trainees. Alice Raven just recently coming out of the clandestine school. You get 4 more and I know there's another waiting in the wings too, because she wasn't on this show. So Steven Staley had a heck of a cheering audience for himself.
Well, he had a big group out there to support him.
Hunter O'Donnell, Dave Zappa.
Yep.
And Ryder Strong?
Ryder Power.
Ryder Strong is from Boy Meets World. Ryder Power. Yeah.
Now
it would be weird if Ryder Strong was in this match.
Now I need to see Ryder Strong versus Ryder Power and who gets to be the Ryder match.
Well, they also spelled the Ryder part differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ryder Power. I did the Ryder Strong. But yeah, go ahead. Give us.
Yeah, there is a lot to talk about. And most of my notes are eliminations, just fair warning,
right
but there is some stuff I do want to talk about. We open up, and there's absolute chaos. Everyone is fighting everyone. Nick Shostastic is unfortunately the first person to be eliminated from this match. He's quickly eliminated by Gigi Ray. And then we have a bit more, the money herself. Then we get a bit more. Yeah, we get a bit more of action. And then Dave Zappa, I wrote him Dean Zappa in my notes, but Dave Zappa is eliminated by the Canadian Goose. And then we have
I got a little bit of interesting notes about Dave Zappa here.
Please go on.
Right before the show, his name changed.
Oh.
He decided he didn't want to be these old days. He wanted to be Dave Zappa. Because before that, he was known as Dave Zaddy.
Dave Zaddy.
Yeah, he went from.
I think that's a great name change.
I think it was a poor name change. I think he should have been Dave Zaddy.
Well, I mean, no, but now since he's Dave Zappa, he can go to St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast.
Well, he can be the Zaddy Dave Zappa. He can do that. There you go.
That is also a possibility. Yeah.
But continue.
Yeah. And after Dave is eliminated by Goose, we get a battle of the Boyds. We get a battle of the Birds here as Raven hits a beautiful cutter to the Canadian Goose himself.
A backward somersault cutter a la one Mike Santana.
Yeah, very Santana on that. You can see the inspiration. We get a fun little sequence here with MRB and Ryder Power. It's a very basic sequence, but Ryder does a great dive over MRB's leapfrog attempt, backslide attempt. It was really smooth, really beautiful. But Ryder is unfortunately cut off here by Nate Nixon and eliminated before he really had the chance to do anything. It's unfortunate, but I really did enjoy Ryder in that one sequence there. We get Jack O'Connor also eliminated by Nate in short order after this sequence. And then after a bit more action from Atlas Raven, he is unfortunately cut by his wings are clipped, and he's eliminated by one Zoe Sager. I do love and respect Atlas Raven. I got the shirt, so absolutely a great person there. We get a moment here where Gigi is hanging over the top rope by her hands, and Nate bites her fingers. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get the logic, but also, ew. I would not want to get a bite of fingers. Then Goose is eliminated here by Nate. And
the Goose was plucked.
The Goose was also plucked from the sky. And then we get Hunter O'Donnell is also eliminated not by Nate. He's eliminated by MRB here. Very good work there, Mr. Blaze. And then Staley, Steve Staley here manages to get MRB up to the top rope, and he hits a massive superplex on MRB. Phenomenal. And the crowd, his group went wild when he hit it. It was really awesome. Then we get Steve Staley. After that awesome spot is unfortunately picked up and eliminated by Zoe Sager. And then we get Jax eliminated by Nate. And immediately after, sowing some seeds, Nate is eliminated by Zoe. And Nate is pissed off.
As he's eliminating Jax, Zoe dumps him.
Yeah. And he looks back. He's like, what the hell are you doing? And Zoe just says, it's just business, Nate. And then Nate just gets pissed off. But he's like, hey, at least I get to relax in the back before my third match tonight, so he fucks off.
He was jaw jacking at me as he left because I was standing there because I was caught up the eliminations. He just goes trying to be tough at me. I'm just looking at him like, oh hey,
yeah, go away, Nate. That's what most people think. Then we get the final three here: Zoe Sager, Gigi Ray, and Michael Richard Blaze. An awesome final three in any show. We get a bit of a jaw jack and a bit of finagling. Gigi is unfortunately eliminated by Zoe after this, which leaves us with Zoe Sager and Michael Richard Blaze. They're on the apron. We get a little bit of a Royal Rumble 2007 endgame where they're both on the apron and they're giving each other punches and kicks. Zoe manages to kick MRB, but MRB, ring tactician that he is, falls between the ropes and falls back inside the ring. absolutely tremendous genius. We get the guillotine over the top rope spot by Zoe to the bigger Michael Richard Blaze. I do love the guillotine headlock over the top rope. It's one of my favorite spots in a battle royal. And then we get a little bit more fighting on the apron. Eventually, MRB, I believe he lands a big move here onto Zoe. I forget. I didn't write exactly what it was. But MRB lands a move onto Zoe on the apron, and Zoe cannot grab the rope. She falls over, lands on the floor. MRB has won the Skip the Line Battle Royal and will be getting a shot at the LPW Grand Championship at LPW 50.
Yeah, again, it wasn't guaranteed LPW 50, but it was a future date. There was a shot.
Well, sorry, I'm spoiling things ahead of time. We'll get there.
Technically, Mars is still owed a title shot. Somebody else. I think there's two people that are.
Well, no, Sheik was the last one.
Well, no, I'm saying Mars won a contenders match at CWS, I think, last time.
Oh yeah, he did, but he's currently
owed a shot, or maybe it one before, but like he's owed a shot. Somebody else is owed a shot still. But yeah, but it's gonna be a great match. MRB versus whoever may or may not have the title at that time. We get a post-match promo here from MRB where he puts over everyone in the match, specifically the 4 CWS Young Lions, and implores everyone to come out tonight and watch him teach his younger brother a lesson. Yeah. Move on to the main event of the afternoon.
It is truly. Oh yeah, the main event of the afternoon. These things I have from my basement.
It was a main event, but it's
Yeah. Well, I wonder why these things are here. Oh, it's because it's a match for the CWS Championship of Salvation. It is a fans bring the weapons match. Taryn from Accounting is defending her CWS Championship of Salvation against the former champion, white shirt, William Taylor. Now, the reason we had that photo there is that is the stuff I brought for the fans bring the weapons match, which is a gold soccer ball, a baseball bat, a Louisville Slugger back from when I actually played baseball as a kid, and two toy swords from some of my Halloween costumes as a kid, including a Zorro saber, which actually makes noise if you turn it on.
All right,
it was very cool. So we have a long list of plunder, and some of it, a good chunk of the stuff that was brought was not used, unfortunately, but there was a good amount of stuff that was there. We have my stuff that you saw. We have a kendo stick that Will actually brought out before the match, so this was not something that someone brought. We have a bunch of chairs that were underneath the ring. We have a tiny yellow wiffle ball bat, which that's something.
Will smacked Taryn hard with
the sound it made when he smacked her with it.
And then he hucks it out of the ring, almost hits a kid. So Ben Oman comes out of the crowd, picks up the wiffle bat, shakes it at Will, and then goes back and sits down with it.
Yeah. And there was more stuff than was actually used in the match. I will point out a couple of things when we get there.
There were skis.
Yeah, there were skis. Skis were used. We had a couple of containers of protein powder. One was used. We had probably my favorite thing that wasn't mine, a baby doll in a stroller that some of the kids were calling Charlie.
Somebody yelled when they were messing with the doll. They said they were like booing Zoe or something, and then I have Zoe sitting behind me in the production area going, "What? Why are they chanting for me?" And then she realized they were talking about the baby.
The baby, yeah. We have.
I'm getting. And then Zoe says, "Oh, I'm getting shorter."
Yeah, we have something I'll bring up later. We have a giant novelty calculator, which is involved in one of my two favorite spots in the match. We have a toolbox filled with like micro machines or Hot Wheels or something. We have a guitar that was absolutely covered in stickers.
Mm-hmm.
And and we have I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Jocelyn, who had a couple of really awesome props that were unfortunately not used. She had like this gold bar, like this fake, it was made out of sponge, and she painted it like a gold bar. She had a ton of fake money. She had a couple of like bubble wands and stuff. It was very cool.
I never saw any of that back.
I don't know what happened to it, but most of it, there was some of it that was brought out, but most of it was not even brought out, which is unfortunate.
No idea. But yeah, give us something. Give me like 3 or 4 highlights of this match.
Yeah, there's there's 3 or 4 real big highlights. First thing, TFA gets the calculator and goes to smash it over Will's back. And of course, she types the absolute classic 80,085, aka boobs.
Well, this is a callback to the early days of the clandestine shows, where she was doing some tax math in the ring, and it ended up with boobs.
That is phenomenal work. Absolutely phenomenal. That was the first thing. Second,
and when
thing,
she hit him,
oh yeah, the thing shattered.
The sound sounded like a gunshot from where I was sitting, and I was sitting on the wall in the production area. It sounded like a gunshot.
It was brutal sounding, and the thing absolutely shattered when she smashed him with it. Second thing, Will grabs the guitar and he starts strumming, and walks up to TFA and just goes, "I really fucking hate you." Bang!
And then he goes to do it again, and like the neck kind of broke when he hit her, so it was loose, and she up kicked it. The guitar goes boom right into his head.
And it absolutely explodes. It was awesome.
It was so good.
And then the third and final highlight is my soccer ball. Will grabs the soccer ball, and TFA is in the corner. He puts it down in the ring, backs up, rears up, and he does the Steve Wild running in place spot for a second. And then he immediately rushes the ball and kicks it, clips her a little bit on the shoulder, but it goes flying across the gym.
Yeah, it was a good.
And then Ben has to go run over and grab it, roll it back in. And then we get the finish of the match. TFA gets Will down onto his knees. She runs out, grabs the soccer ball, runs back in, and goes, "Hey, Will, catch." Tosses it. He catches it. And then she immediately rears back, roundhouse kicks it into his face. It also goes back flying out of the ring. He falls back. Count the pin. 1, 2, 3. Taryn from accounting has won the match and retained the championship of Salvation in my favorite contest of the day.
Really?
I have a little bit of bias because I had personal belongings that were in this.
This is your match of the day. Okay.
This is not the whole day. This is my match of this.
We're doing a whole match of the day here, so I guess it's your favorite match of the day. You just said it.
Wow.
You said it was your favorite contest. You said it was your favorite
of the first show.
Oh, okay. My favorite actually was that Battle Royal.
That's also fair. The Battle Royal was phenomenal. Any thoughts on this match?
I really had fun. Like all the weapon spots were great. There was a spot where Will was walking with the skis on the outside, and then TFA comes through and just baseball slides the skis right into him.
Yes, phenomenal.
But when she hit him with that calculator, it exploded. Pieces went everywhere. It was great.
Oh yeah, that thing was a bitch to clean up later.
Yeah. So we move on. So we ended the show. The show is over. I got in the ring. I brought Spencer to the ring. Spencer gave passionate promo, but thanking everybody for showing up. And if you don't already have tickets for the late show, come out to the late show because it was going to be an absolute banger. And we were going to get it. It was an absolute banger. We were 30 minutes in. Probably got another hour left on the show as we're going to talk about this. So let's chat about it. Almost 4 hour show. I think
it was about 4 hours.
Show didn't start till 7:15 because we were a little late because people were still coming in the door at 7. And the show went till 11 p.m. It was a long show, but it was an amazing show.
Phenomenal show.
Originally, the show was to feature Tyler Breeze, but due to unfortunate circumstances, it was announced on Friday that he could not make it up to the show. But he has said he will be making his way back. He will be making his way to LPW at some point to make good on this. So we are going to get him, and we're eventually going to get to meet the Breezes himself, Tyler Breeze.
It will be great.
But this show kicked off with an unsanctioned match. Holy shit. What a way to start a show. As the LPW49.
Go ahead.
Hey, but the party. This is how we kick it off. Spencer got in the ring, and he didn't waste any time. Like Spencer usually talks for 20 minutes when the show starts. He just got right in it. Like he had a little something to say, and then he went into it because holy shit, dude.
I have never seen a show start off with a match with such high emotional stakes. Like usually they save a match like this for the end of the night.
Yeah, like I've seen lots of times at LPW where the show starts off with this incredible banger of a start of the show. It happens; they do it all the time. But I have never seen something with the emotional resonance that this match has. If came out first, Inner Stripes, Steven Crowe made his way out, and then Michael Richard Blades made his way out, and like just absolutely the atmosphere. You could feel the hate, the absolute hate coming from one Steven Crowe, and you could feel the struggle coming off of Michael having to deal with his brother.
You could cut the tension in the area in the gym with a knife.
Yeah, you could cut it with a spoon. It was how tense it was. You could have cut it through with a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't do that easily. But like, holy crap, man! This kicks off. Blaze jumps in off the top rope and immediately gets kicked by Crowe. Blaze then comes back, huge spine buster strikes. They brawl around the floor. Blaze is throwing headbutts. Blaze stops a run on the floor and gets him on his shoulder and does the green, I call it the kamikaze because that's what Bolton Oleg calls it in Japan, but the Green Bay plunge on the floor. Blaze they fight up into the bleachers. They do the Cork and Hall special where he slams him into the wall at the top of the bleachers. Blaze does. Then they're fighting on the bleachers. Crowe ends up coming off the bleachers, Meteora's Blaze into the other seats on the bleachers, and then he runs off the bleachers to the floor. Like,
this is all in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Huge superplex by Crowe back in the ring. Rolls through, goes for good, bad, and ugly, but Blaze reverses and hits the kneecap brainbuster. Let's go. Blaze puts him up top, hits his own superplex. We literally have to move. Crowe gets slammed into my chair, and then they they take Mike's chair, put a door leaning on Mike's chair, and I decided to go back the fuck down while y'all were standing because I'm like, I'm going back to my chair. My chair is free again.
Yeah, and then we all went behind.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, please hit me, but I'm like, I need to sit here for this. and Blaze trying to put it through. So Blaze has Crowe dazed on the outside, goes in the ring, hits the ropes, goes tope through the ropes, but Crowe sidestep and grabs Blaze and slams him through the door on the outside. I'm like, oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Just incredible. The double knee drop in the corner, then the corner meteora by Crowe back in the ring, but Blaze kicks out at 2. This is where Crowe brings out his humping again, and he starts humping his brother's face while standing over him in the corner. Awkward as hell.
Yeah, that's a little screwed up.
Yeah, they're slapping the crap out of each other. Crowe tosses a chair into Blaze's face. He hands the chair to TFA, tells her to hit MRB as they are ride or die. You're my ride or die, but she's conflicted. He ends up taking it back from her, but then MRB super kicks it into his face. Absolutely incredible, sending him to the floor. Hits a tope Cena. Poison around by Crowe in the ring, but then Blaze right back up, hitting his own Steiner screwdriver. They both are down. Crowe slips out a final consecration. Gets put up top and hits a hangman. Blaze hits a hangman neck breaker, and then he puts him in the tree rope. Blaze goes the other side for coast to coast. But Crowe pulls TFA in the way, so he's not going to do it. Crowe gets out again. He gets him Blaze into his own tree of woe. Hits that tree of woe stomp. Just crazy stuff here. Crowe tries for a run off the top at one point, but gets stopped. They fight up top, and Blaze hits a massive brain buster off the top, driving Crowe into that top turnbuckle. Looked absolutely brutal, just crazy. Both men are down. Blaze does eventually get a cover for 2. So we're getting towards the end here. Final consecration is reversed. And Crowe hits a low blow, then hits a lariat to the back of the head. Crowe starts beating him with a chair repeatedly, and then hits the good, bad, and ugly onto the chair. Crowe drops the chair again, goes for a good, bad, and the ugly on it again, but Blaze reverses into a Crowe's getting ready to hit his brother again, but he can't do it. So he drops it, goes for good, bad, and the ugly, and this is where Blaze ends up reversing, gets final consecration onto the chair, and gets the win.
Wow. Just
tremendous match. And then after the match, Crowe picks up a chair. He gets up, he's pissed, and he's about to hit Blaze, who's like seated on his knees kind of deal, but eventually just drops it and just hugs his brother.
It was so beautiful.
TFA joins the hug, and the clandestine society has healed itself. They have been saved. Like
it was so beautiful. Like the sound the crowd made when Steven and MRB hugged, it was genuinely heartwarming. It was absolutely tremendous. And MRB, like he prefaced this on our show. He said sometimes siblings have to fight, but I love you for always, and my brother you will always be. And sometimes you just need to fight to heal. And it was, I know this is going to sound incredibly like sentimental, but it is some of the best wrestling I have watched, full stop.
Yeah, me too.
It is by far, like, we're going to get, like, I'm just going to say it right now. This is my match of the night, like, by far. And this is,
I love the rest of the show. Don't get me wrong. That women's 3-ways was incredible. The main event was incredible. Like, so the Icarus versus Garani was incredible. But
yeah,
this was, again, I have such a connection to Michael Richard Blaze. He's been my favorite wrestler forever. And just the story they have told this last year of a story they've been telling that has all culminated here. It's perfection.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And it was just, I cannot wait to see where this goes, because it will be incredible. I have a feeling I know where part of this goes, but we'll talk about that when it comes to it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, no, I like the way I said it.
As the kids say, this was cinema.
Yeah, it was genuinely cinema. This, as I said in the car when we were talking about the show, any one of these 7 matches on the card, could have been match of the night. This is the only one that is possible match of the year. And that is why this is my match of the night tonight. It is currently my contender for match of the year. I implore someone in one of these companies to do anything as close to this, if not better.
Well, again, this thing was incredibly in ring, but it had a year plus worth of emotional storytelling that they have been telling for so long. And then there's brother versus brother aspect, so many things in here that it will take something special to rival this year. Because again, I'm sitting here going, what is better than this year?
What can beat this?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that ladder match from a few months ago with
the TY and Crowe match, yeah,
amazing. I think just amazing. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was absolute perfection. That's the only thing right now I'm looking at that kind of even equates this year that I've seen. Like,
but we still have 6 months. There's a possibility that there could be something as good.
There's still 6 months to go. We move on
to match number 2, or what was supposed to be match number 2, Breeze versus Rich King. So obviously Spencer is in the ring after that phenomenal match, and he's doing some vamping as Spencer wants to do. And then Rich King's music hits. Rich, Dean, and Thaddeus all come out. Thaddeus in his Zubaz suit, wonderful. And Thad is like, all right, so what the hell are you going to do, Spencer? Because, we were supposed to have Breeze, and now Breeze isn't here. So what are you going to have Rich do? You just can't just say Rich King will be in action. And then Nick Shostastik's music hits.
Mm-hmm.
Nick comes out, does his whole entrance, and Nick is like, you were going to fight a model, but there ain't no model better than Nick Shostastik. Cuts a very, I'm very pretty, and I'm probably prettier than Breeze, which, debatable. I don't believe so. I mean, I like Nick, but you ain't Breeze. Yeah. The bell rings. Nick is getting his gear off, turns around immediately, and he's in the corner. He turns around immediately to Rich's beautiful jumping knee. Nick is on the back foot. Rich jumps down. Rich Olympic slam immediately. Immediately pull Nick up. Hits an 867 driver. Thinks better of it. Picks up Nick again. Second 867 driver. 1, 2, 3, and the match is done in less than a minute. 29 seconds was the time on the stopwatch officially. Because I did do a stopwatch.
Unofficially.
Well, officially from me. Unofficially from
the official unofficial time of AWS.
The official pop spot time is 29 seconds.
I don't agree with that. It's
okay.
The official unofficial AWS time.
I'll allow that. But yeah, no. Very quick and immediately, Nick is leaving and Rich is out of the ring quicker than Nick is. Runs to Spencer, grabs him by the neck, like the collar of his shirt, and he's like, no, you're coming with me. You got some explaining to do, Spencer. You're coming with me. Dean, go get a chair. Dean grabs a chair as Rich pulls Spencer into the ring. Take a seat, sits him down. We have a hostage situation here at LPW49. And Rich is just like, you have taken Breeze from me, a match I deserved. I want something else. I want something of equal value, Spencer. And you're going to give me what I want, or else I'm going to sit in this ring, ruin this show, and nothing else will happen. And all these loser fans will have to go home, except for, the 2 people that aren't loser fans. And Spencer is obviously like, okay, I get it, Rich, whatever you want. You're going to put me in the TLC match main event. It will be Rich King versus Sheik Shabazz versus T.Y. Jackson, TLC for the Grand Championship. And Spencer agrees, and he says that he makes that the match. And then Rich pats Spencer on the shoulder, shoves him into the chair, and just walks off pissed off. And I don't blame him for this, honestly. Like, if I lost an opportunity to wrestle someone who has been in WWE, I would be pissed. And they eventually, all 3 of them leave. Spencer takes a second, dusts himself off, few quick breaths, breathing exercises, immediately goes into the announcing for the next match. And the next match is the LPW Tag Team Championship match. It's Jax Wilder and the Canadian Goose taking on the Mad Lads.
Originally, this was supposed to be Jax Wilder and Mars the Specialist. But Mars being attacked last month, was taken out. And with the Mad Lads, it was Goose and Jack. So, I'm trying to wonder who's been picking up these short kings. Who has been
taking out the short kings?
I don't know.
Could be anyone.
I was thinking maybe it was a Goose. I don't know.
It could be realistically, it could be anyone.
I was thinking it was a Goose, but
it could even be Daddy Taylor. Could even be Daddy Taylor, who stole Spencer's job for once and not yours.
Screw Spencer.
Daddy Taylor talks about his statue at the north side of NAIT, where he graduated from television science and whatnot. And there's a solid gold statue of him there. It was very funny. And then the Mad Lads make their entrance. And I have to highlight one thing in this entrance.
I saw that statue. It looks nothing like Will Taylor.
Well, it's not supposed to look like Will Taylor. It's supposed to look like his dad.
Oh, it didn't look anything like his dad either.
That's surprising. Maybe, I mean, this was years ago. Maybe he had hair.
I don't know. The dude looked tall. The statue looked tall. His dad is not tall.
I mean, history is written by the vector, and so is statue dimensions. So the highlight of this entrance that I have to point out is as the Mad Lads are coming out, there is this kid with this sign, and it's a really well put together sign, and it says, "Nixon looks like the Pringles guy." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I see what you did there, but his mustache looks nothing like the Pringles guy. Nate,
he curls it.
Yeah, but it's not like completely over curled like Nate's is. Like it's only got like a half curl. Like Nate has like 1.5 curls. Point being, Nate sees this, gets really pissed off. He rips the sign up, and then he yeets it in the kid's face. Which, I mean, fair enough. We begin. Goose is immediately attacked before the match even begins. Andreas rejoices in the crowd. Yeah, they absolutely destroy Goose here early, and then they start. When the match starts, they just start taking tag team moves to Jax. But Jax continues to fight and stay alive. Goose comes in with the hot tag after a lot of Jax being beat down. Goose comes in, immediately whips out Mr. Flacco, but before he can even, like, he barely has the Flacco on his hand, Nate knees him in the face. Absolutely beautiful work. A lot of big moves, double knee. There's a double knees spot, like kind of like the Bucks V trigger, but without holding the arms. He gets the double knees for 2. Will gets a yellow card. I wrote this because Jocelyn had yellow cards in her bag. She pulls a yellow card on Will here for inciting Jax to come in and distract the ref. Goose eventually manages to come back, hits a big jawbreaker to Will, then hits another big jawbreaker to Nate, and then they both go to charge at Goose, but Goose does a combat roll out of the way, and they charge into each other, which allows Jax to get the hot tag. Jax Wilder runs wild, hits a beautiful flying kick to Will. Will goes up top, but Nate, he goes up top to hit Will with, I believe, some sort of top rope move, but Nate manages to barely pull Will out of the way before Jax can hit it. They go for a super buck nasty, but as what is it? Nate has Jax hooked for a buck nasty. Will comes in to do his part of super buck nasty, but Jax kicks back to kick Nate to kick Will out of the way. And then he hits a Pele kick on Nate. Absolutely beautiful work. Nate hits his combo and then tosses Jax in the corner. Unfortunately, it's Goose's corner, and Goose actually tags in here.
He blind tags.
And Nate and Will obviously don't see it. And then they go to pin Jax after hitting a move. And then Stu, the referee, is like,
no. They hit the air raid crash super kick combo.
Yeah, which is absolutely awesome. But they go to pin Jax, and the ref is like, no, he's not legal. And then Goose, with a belter one-liner from the apron, "I'm legal, you mother plucker," immediately comes out, locks Nate in the mandible claw, assisted by Mr. Flacco. Gets him down onto the ground. Then he goes up top for a goose salt, but he misses it. And Nate Nate rolls out of the ring as Will distracts the ref here. He pulls out a
title belt. Will had the title belt.
Will had the title belt, and he was using that to distract the ref. Nate rolls out, grabs a barbed wire bat.
Hush.
Yep, another beautiful tribute. Rolls in with the barbed wire bat, and absolutely tears the absolute bejesus out of Goose's face, tosses the bat away, pulls Will in. They hit a super buck nasty, 1, 2, 3, and the lads retain.
Yeah,
this was a great tag match. Very, very, very good. And we get the post. Yeah, it was absolutely
a really strong match. You pretty much hit everything I wanted to talk about. So, yeah, I thought really strong tag match. I thought both teams worked really well. Disappointed we didn't get Mars, but it was a good match.
I mean, Goose was a decent substitute, despite what one of my friends thinks. It was great, and we have a post match here where the lads are gloating in front of the crowd, and we have a little video of a little gift from one Will Taylor to me, a fan.
Oh God, the horror!
Sorry, I'm gonna restart that.
Yeah, restart.
Oh God, the horror!
Then he gives a gift to another fan too.
Yeah.
And so does Nate in this one.
Although to be fair, Nate and Will give that other guy both of them, so I only didn't get double teamed. So it could have been worse. But
yeah,
it absolutely could have been worse. But that did not. That little gift from White Shirt at the end did not sour my thoughts on the match. It was absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see where the tag team division goes after this because both of the Short Kings are down for the count. It'll be interesting to see who's up next for the lads.
Yeah,
now
we might know by a little later.
Yeah, we might know a bit later. We might know by a bit later. But match number 4.
Well, no. This is my match.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. That's your match.
No. Match number 4 of the night. Lumberjack Larry Woods versus Dean Real Talk Richter with Thaddeus Archer III. But joining Mr. Lumberjack Larry Woods in this match is Mama Woods has made her way to the venue. So early on, Dad is getting cheeky with Mama Woods on the outside. She decides to punch him in the face, and he goes down.
As much as we hate Larry, I do really enjoy Mama Woods.
I'm not hating Larry as much lately, but I'm going to hate him next one. That's for sure. Larry gets the kick combo in, hits the double up kick. I love that. I do love that move, that double up kick that he does.
Yeah, the double up kick is so good.
So Larry runs ropes at one point, and but Thad trips him up. Dean is on the ropes, and Thad goes next to the ropes, and Thad's mom not Thad's mom. Thad's mom here. Larry's mom grabs Dean's foot, and he's not happy about that, and Thad's mad about that, even though he just blatantly cheated just right before it. Dean ends up getting knocked over. Larry hits a tope atomico. He does a hip shake to the suck it and hits a Bronco Buster in the corner at one point. He gets his cedar effect, goes to the top. I get distracted, and Dean pushes him off the top, and he hits the apron, bounces off the apron, and falls to the floor. That looked brutal. Yeah. Dean ends up running Larry into the apron back first really hard. Larry gets sent back into the ring. Dean climbs up onto the apron, but Larry baseball slides Dean off the apron. But it goes for a tope suicida. He gets hit by Dean, and Dean ends up hitting the drive-by drop fist, as we like to call it, or the drive-by fist kick, whatever you want to call it. Dean hits a drop kick off the top for 2. Hesitation drop kick in the corner by Dean for 2. Dean ends up going into the Muay Thai and fist knee strikes. And then a hip toss into a backbreaker over the knee. Does the dragon sleeper over the knee, but Larry fights up and gets a small package for 2. Dean catches Larry coming at him and pops him up into a backbreaker over the knee. Dean slamming Larry, goes to the top, hits the flying head fist or headbutt, whatever you want to call it, but only gets 2. The KOD by Dean, seismic fist driver by Dean. Gets flipped out of by Larry, and Larry attacks, hitting a fireman's carry flapjack for 2. Sideline reversed into a choke bomb, but Dean only gets 2. Dean gets that deadlift walking German, but gets reversed. It goes for it, but then doesn't get it. Sorry, he goes for it, but gets reversed into a sideline. But as Larry's about to win it, and Ben gets pulled out of the ring at like 2.9. Ben chases Thad, and Mama Woods kicks a Thad right in the little Thad berries. Hits him right in the little Thad berries.
And the pop for that. Oh, it was so electric. It was so awesome.
They're on the floor. Dean hits a seismic fish driver. Larry on the floor. Dean rolls him in. He only hits 2. Dean ends up grabbing Larry's mom from the ring and pulls her up onto the apron. But Larry grabs him, hits a Thez press, hits strikes. He goes for the sideline, but he swings him out. But he grabs the rope. So Larry's mom grabs the freaking arm, rips off the rope. Larry pulls him in, finishes that sideline. 1, 2, 3. Larry Woods defeats one Dean Real Talk Richter and will get his shot at Rich King at LPW 50. So him and his mom embrace in the ring, beautiful hug. And then he asks his mom, what should be the stipulation for next month? And she says, a lumberjack match. Makes sense. This makes total sense.
It makes total sense. It's going to be cool to see who they have as lumberjacks for this. It was a phenomenal match. Like, let's get this out of the way. This is one of 4. Well, let's be honest, all of them had huge crowd reactions, but this had a particularly loud and feral crowd for Larry Woods because the crowd seems to love Larry Woods, even though he ruined the Reds, and no one seems to understand that except for you and me.
Yeah, even somebody had it wrong. One of the dudes had a sign that said Ben ruined the Reds. Definitely wrong there. Ben didn't.
Yeah, absolutely wrong. We all know Larry did it. However, besides the fact that we had Larry getting his match with Rich in the next LPW show, there is a bit of a little thing that we need to confirm that there is closure for. For months now, ever since LPW 42, Andre and myself have consistently bugged one Larry Woods for us to have a chance to try his mom's cookies.
Because Rich said they were shit, so we needed to know.
To confirm, yeah. And thankfully, after months of griping about it, Larry and his mom finally brought us a box of her cookies. And to be fair, I had a couple. Andre seems to have had a couple more.
I haven't had any because I also shared some with our friend Nate, and Spencer.
Jocelyn also had one.
Jocelyn had one, and Spencer taught us girlfriend's friends,
which is correct, as you should.
And so I am about to try Larry's mom's cookie live here.
Oh, good! I didn't think this was about to happen. Let's go.
Go with the one with the Smarties in it because I love a good cookie with a Smartie in it. I can smell it. I already know from the smell of those, they're probably good. So
good choice. Yeah, I had the peanut butter one, so we got 2 different things here. Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Rich was wrong.
Wow. Rich.
Too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the peanut butter one. So.
God damn it. Rich lied to us all. I love that. He lied to me.
That's so unfortunate. Everyone can be wrong every once in a while, unfortunately. But yeah, no, like Larry's.
We've been slamming his mom's cookies for months,
and they're that good. Like
they're that good.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I am sorry, Lumberjack Larry Woods.
Yeah, me too, buddy. I'm sorry, Larry, and I'm sorry, Larry's mom. I'm sorry I've been slamming.
I'm more sorry for Larry's mom because she didn't deserve this slander.
I know. I've trusted Rich for so long. I had to believe him until I tried one. And I tried it, and yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah, no, like, damn. Have we been leaving our allegiances in the wrong place?
No, maybe he got one that just wasn't cooked enough. I don't know, but those were amazing.
I mean, let's be real. Rich has always been about 2 things, wrestling and fitness. Maybe he was just wrong about food. Like, we have no concrete evidence that Rich has ever been right about actual home cooking.
I know he likes donuts because there is donuts at the show that we brought.
Yeah, we did pick up a couple dozen donuts for the people.
He seemed to like those donuts, so
yeah. Who knows? I mean, let's be real. He hasn't been wrong about wrestling, so
no.
There's some conceivable doubt. But enough of us apologizing to Larry. We can do that at a later date if needed. We're moving on to match number 5. It is for the LPW Challenge Championship. It is the new LPW Challenge champion, Birat Gorani, taking on TNA alum and tag team member of Sinner and Saint. It's only Judas Icarus. Horns up. Hell yeah. I am super happy.
Yes, for Sinner and Saint.
I am so dang happy about Judas Icarus in this. I've only ever seen him one other time before this, and that was at TNA.
Story about that. When the Sinner and Saint were doing their entrance, me and Nate are doing this the whole time, and they came over, dropped in front of us, and did the pose with us in front of us. Did the pose with the symbol in front of us. So
that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's so awesome. So let's get into this. We get Birat using his size advantage out of the gate because he is about 1.5 feet taller than Judas Icarus. It feels like. There's a lot of notes here. I'm going to speed through this a bit, but let it be known that this match is awesome.
You need to watch this. You need to watch this. Like it was
as soon as they get this back up on the Love Wrestling CA YouTube channel, you need to go and watch this match in particular. I mean, watch the whole show. Absolutely watch the whole show. But like this match should be,
and then you have to watch history after it.
This match should be the second one you watch on the show, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
After the unsanctioned match. We get Judas with a brutal kick to Birat on the outside, like the sound it made when he does the running across the corner and like kick. And then he hits a massive crossbody onto the outside, and Judas gets up, walks over, and flips one chair in the front row in particular for some reason. Like, screw that chair in particular. Fair enough.
Oh, that was funny.
That was very funny. Judas hits a double chop, like the double razor edge chop to Birat's downstairs region, which I feel like that should constitute as a DQ, but I guess we're just letting it go today. Judas rams Birat into the corner and then keeps pushing him in, like he's trying to like push him even further. It was very funny. We get a pop-up greetings from Kosovo out of nowhere from Birat into the amazing leg lariats, bounce Judas off of the rope and into a big spine buster, but only gets 2 off of it. Birat goes for old school here, but Judas interrupts it by once again, the second time on this day, biting the fingers. Very hungry people on this card, I guess. We get a beautiful torture rack bomb for 2. I believe that was by Birat.
No, Judas.
That was Judas? Okay, that's my bad, Judas. I'm so sorry. Judas runs up top. Birat manages to jump up there himself, but Judas manages to roll over him and hit a sunset flip bomb. Gets back up onto the top rope and hits a massive frog splash for a 2. Judas goes for this really awesome looking rebound line where he dives head first into the second rope and then rebounds back into a clothesline. He goes for that, but as he's coming back, Birat pops him up into powerbomb position and absolutely drives that man down. Judas goes up top after this, after a bit of a returning back, but goes for another frog splash, goes to the well, but he misses. Birat pops up, bounces off the ropes, and hits a clothesline from Kosovo. Very Bradshaw-esque lariat here, and both men are down for a bit. We get back up, and we get another flurry of strikes from both men into Judas bouncing off the ropes and hitting his rebounding clothesline. He goes for another, but he runs straight into Birat's hesitation enziguri, absolutely kicks this man's dome in, gets into the pinning position, 1, 2, 3, And Birat Gorani retains the LPW Challenge Championship in another phenomenal contest. Absolutely wonderful job from the Jacked and Juicy one himself.
Yeah, this was insane. Like, it's so hard to describe Judas's moves because the way he moves, the way he strikes, it's all very like different from what I've seen from a lot of people. Like, I would say, like, I was trying to say maybe Jonathan Gresham, but no, like Gresham flows way smoother because it's just like so changed direction. It's just crazy. Like, it's just this match was amazing. There was a spot right towards the end. You just this like Superman punch, like just spiking Virat. Oh, it looked so good. Like absolutely incredible, man. But yeah, just
phenomenal.
This whole match was just insane. There was that beautiful buckle bomb by B-Rad at one point in here.
Yes. Forgot to mention that. The buckle bomb, it looked so smooth, so unbelievably painful.
Yeah. But then, like, he hit the buckle bomb, he turns around, but then Judas, like, swept his leg out from under him. It was crazy. Like, the way that they both kept coming back at each other was just insane.
It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely phenomenal.
So we move on to your semi-main event of the evening. It is a three-way match to determine who is the best in best woman in LPW is what they set it up as. So JG Ray comes out, TFA comes out, excuse me, and then Zoe makes her way up, but she has a mic, and everybody's like chanting, "Shut the fuck up," and we don't care and stuff like that. Spencer didn't look at what she added to the contract, and that doesn't surprise me. Spencer doesn't seem like the kind of guy that takes contracts more than what he had, more than the stuff that he had put in. And she said that the loser of the match leaves LP.
And when she announced this stip, I was like, "Oh God." Well, I mean, I'm sorry that Gigi has to go like this because my immediate thought is like, who else is going to leave LPW? Because TFA, stalwart veteran and current champion of the promotion, there's no way she's leaving.
Zoe, on the clandestine shows.
That is true. We don't know if that applies to the clandestine shows as well. Zoe, stalwart member of the roster, absolute amazing competitor. There's no way she's leaving. So my immediate thought was only the recently coming back Gigi would be the only one that could leave. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so everyone's attacking each other. Zoe Scorpion kicks TFA, but then Gigi gets Zoe up for a jackhammer like a minute or two into the match. I was like, holy crap. Gigi hits a backstabber to Zoe, and then Zoe hits a backstabber to Gigi. Zoe hitting Zoluva kicks all over the place. Gigi ends up does a jackknife pin over Zoe, but then they do that bridge up, and I was just like, I'm so impressed. Anybody does that bridge up out of the jackknife pin.
It was so awesome.
All three start trading pins. It was awesome. Zoe hits a drop kick to both women off the second rope. Gigi face washing Zoe in the corner at one point. Like just a crazy amount of stuff here. Like I said, Zoluva kicks everywhere. Beautiful running seated drop kick by Zoe to TFA, and then follows it up with a sliding lariat too. What the hell? Oh, okay. My notes just confused the hell out of me. I said I have it as TFA fights back and hits the Tajikistan kick to the head.
Mm-hmm.
Says Tajikistan.
Yeah.
I meant Tajiri kick, the buzzsaw kick.
The buzzsaw kick is what you meant. Tajikistan.
I wrote Tajiri and it changed to Tajikistan.
That is why we turn autocorrect off.
She is that Zoe and TFA start running the ropes, hit that double cross at center. Gigi to the top, hits a huge high cross TFA. She lines up, hits lariats, and a wheel kick to Zoe. Gigi hits the Styles Clash here. Oh no, not yet. She hits like AJ Styles did it, and he would have somebody be behind somebody, lift them up as if he's going for a backdrop, and then spin them forward, hitting a face buster.
Oh yeah, that move.
I
I thought it looked like a glam slam. I think it's actually called something like a hook and ladder.
Yeah, or the crash landing or something. Because it's like you lift them up and then you spin them forward like a face buster.
Yeah.
So Gigi hit that to Zoe, but Zoe gets pulled out of TFA on the pin attempt, and then Gigi hits a tope suicida to both on the floor. Again, so much shit here. There's so much shit. So much good stuff here. I'm just gonna kind of jump to the end here. Towards the end. Gigi hits a second rope dropkick to Zoe. Then, as I'm gonna call it, the Millwoods Clash, aka Styles Clash. It's the Millwoods Clash. She goes up to the top, hits a corkscrew senton onto Zoe, but then TFA stops the pin, attacks Gigi, lariats her over the ropes to the floor. TFA then hits a Widow's Peak on Zoe, only gets 2. Zoe then flips off TFA. So TFA says, screw this, I'm going Super Saiyan here. Picks her up. You think she'd go over Widow's Peak. She has her up and then pulls her back forward with a freaking Drillakilla, spiking Zoe into the mat. 1, 2, 3. Zoe Sager is pinned and has to W.
Yeah. First of all, let's talk about the match itself. Phenomenal match. Again, they've been batting 1,000 tonight, and this is one of the best women's matches I have seen. Full stop.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Absolutely. Phenomenal work from all 3 of these women. And then it continues with the post-match. Post-match, Zoe realizes the reality of the situation, kind of softens up a little bit. All 3 of the women hug, and it's a beautiful moment. The crowd are cheering. And then as every good moment happens, the Mad Lads roll in, and they attack TFA and Gigi. Zoe is confused and is like...
she's pissed. She's pissed. They're not getting involved in the match and helping her win. But pretty much costed her the match.
They costed her the match. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you running out now? And Nate and Will are like, it's just business, boss. And then it's just business, just like, earlier. And they attack Zoe. They beat Zoe down to massive boos from the crowd. And they go to pick her up and hit her with Super Buck Nasty. But MRB and Steven Crowe run out of the back, and Steven Crowe has the baseball bat that I brought. They roll out, and they run those Mad Lads off and make sure they can't do
this. Them all the way into the back.
Yeah, they literally chase them to the back.
And then we see the beautiful moment of all, like, you have Crowe, you have Blaze, you have TFA, you have Gigi, and you have Zoe all in the ring, and you get this beautiful, you got the curtain call. You got the hug. You got the curtain call. You got the hug with everybody having a hug there, everybody loving each other. The 4 of them bail out. Zoe's in the ring. She gets her. Everybody's saying thank you, Zoe. And just wherever Zoe's going.
Yeah.
Whether it's going out east, I know she's been working a lot in Ontario. Whether she's going to the States, whether she's been signed. I have been honored to be a fan of Zoe Sager. Whether she's been the bad guy or the good guy, she's always been enjoyable to watch. Her matches are incredible. I remember watching her really early on in PWA when she showed up she had a great series of matches with Kat Von Hees. Her series that she had with Gigi Ray in PWA when Gigi showed up. And was it 2019? Just there before the pandemic hit, and their series that they had. I'm going to miss the shit out of seeing Zoe Sager wrestle because no matter what, when she was there, you knew you were getting a great match.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything that Andre just said, I agree. I didn't get the opportunity to know her as long and be a fan as long as Andre did. I did get to see her back in the PWA days, and it was an honor.
As long as me, you were watching her back then.
That's a fair point. Okay, you know what? I don't give myself enough credit.
You just missed the last few years.
Yeah, I did. I did miss the first few years of LPW. So, I am honored that I have been able to fall back in love with the wrestler that is Zoe Sager in a wrestling sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for everything you've done for this business and for this company, Zoe. And wherever your next chapter leads, know that you still have a couple of fans down here in Edmonton, and we're rooting for you.
Wherever you're going, we're gonna keep watching. Whether it's somewhere on the Indies, I'll find the way where these streams so I can watch you. If you get signed to somewhere big, I'll be making sure to watch it. So I'm a big fan. I can't wait to see you do so much more.
Absolutely. But with that being said, it is time for the main event of the evening. 1 hour and 15 minutes into the show. That's crazy. We have a triple threat TLC Grand Championship match. It is your champion, mine, T.Y. Jackson, taking on Sheik Shabazz, taking on Rich King in a phenomenal three-way triple threat TLC contest. One quick thing about the entrances. Sheik does come out with my sword, and someone in the crowd is booing him, and Sheik looks at them and says, I have a sword, so I'm better than you. Phenomenal. I'm going to be real.
To me, I think that was me because I'm sitting there pointing at my shirt.
Pretty sure it was you. I didn't get. Yeah.
I'm wearing my Rich King shirt. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
He started jaw jacking me. I don't remember what he said, but that might have been it.
I'm pretty sure that is what he said.
So
I'm going to be real. We're an hour and 15 minutes into this show. This match is the longest one. It has the most notes, so I'm going to be like cherry picking here.
100%. Yeah,
there is a lot here. Early on, TY, after he hits the Benny Hill ladder spot, or the what did you call it? The
Bubba Ray Dudley.
The Bubba Ray Dudley spot. Sorry, I know that because it's a reference to Benny Hill. The Benny Hill ladder spot by TY. He hits both Rich and Sheik. TY then grabs the ladder and he pushes Rich into the corner and he plays Whack-A-Rich, where he just bang, 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 bang multiple times with the ladder. And then Sheik comes in, he throws Sheik onto the ladder, and then he just starts throwing Sheik's head into the ladder, which is also hitting Rich. Very, very funny segment here.
Well, then he sets up a chair, does poetry and motion off the chair onto Sheik, who's on the ladder, which the ladder is on top of Rich. It was hilarious.
Yeah. We get a point where TY climbs up the ladder, and before this, Rich had set up the ladder, a second ladder, like sort of like a ladder platform, but it was particularly precarious because it was set up the opposite way, where only one of the bottom half of the ring ladder was slided in, so it was kind of like teetery. But Rich gets up, attacks TY, and then he puts him up on his shoulders, and he AAs TY onto the ladder.
It was Rich Limpic, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No, it was an AA. He did not Rich Limpic. It was an AA onto the ladder platform, and TY bounces off this rickety ladder and then bounces out and rolls to the outside. It was brutal sounding, and again, the splat that we heard when TY hit the floor, it was.
That wasn't his first splat either. That wasn't his last splat. Sorry, either.
That was not his last splat. Sheik and Rich fight on the ladder. TY comes back into the ring, bounces, and hits a double O face to both of them off of the ladder. Absolutely tremendous work. We get a little bit more. We get Thad is injured by a trash can lid from Sheik here after Sheik has hit both TY and Rich with the trash can. He bonks Thad with the trash can lid, and as Thad is escorted away, we get TY and Rich with a little chair duel, or was it Sheik and Rich? It was Sheik and Rich. Sheik and Rich with a little chair duel here, like Duel of the Fates.
No, Sheik and TY have the.
It was Sheik and TY. Sorry.
I wrote the chair saber battle. It was like a lightsaber battle, but with
chairs. Like Duel of the Fates. Sorry, it was Sheik and TY doing this as Thad is escorted away, as Rich is running after Thad, like, Thad, I need you here. What are you doing? No, don't run away from me. I need you. And then he just looks like distraught. He comes back into the ring. TY A little bit later in the match, Rich is fighting TY, and TY super kicks him not once, not twice, looks at Rich, gives him a middle finger, and then super kicks him a third time to punctuate it. But TY isn't done. He is pissed at all of the stuff that Rich has done to him. So he sets up 2 tables on the outside. Very much you can see in his eyes that he is incensed at this point. And TY, this is something that you told me to write down. TY places Rich on the first table, and he places Rich on the first table so hard that it breaks. He just falls through. He just breaks the table. But eventually he gets Rich and Sheik on 2 separate tables, and then TY pulls out a painter's ladder, and I'm like, TY has dressed as Jeff Hardy multiple times. I know exactly what he's about to do. He climbs up the painter's ladder, does the whole Jeff Hardy arms out, swantons onto both of them in a massive spot. Absolutely crushes Sheik and Rich into the tables.
So with this spot, 10 minutes earlier, a few minutes earlier, Sheik hit a razor's edge to TY over the top rope onto 2 tables on the floor, but she only went through one and banged his head off the second. And Sheik was being helped to the back and then fought his way back and then did everything at
I forgot. I thought that came after this. I'm sorry.
Just to know that like he had already taken that insane spot and then came and did that. It was just crazy.
It was absolutely nuts. And then TY still gets it up first before everyone, slides into the ring, gets the ladder up, climbs up, reaches for the belt. But Dean Richter comes out and stops TY from getting the belt. TY then gets seismic fist drivered through 2 steel chairs. Absolutely brutal. Dean then grabs Rich from the outside, puts him up on his shoulders as they're in the ring and helps him, starts to assist him up to the belt. And then Larry Woods comes out and attacks Dean, and then he looks up at Rich. And then Rich slowly looks down, and there's genuine fear in Rich's eyes.
I have a huge problem with this.
Yeah.
Huge problem.
Huge problem.
Why the frick did Larry get involved here?
Because he likes to ruin things for Rich.
No, this spot, Dean helping Rich about to win this belt would only benefit Lumberjack Larry Woods.
Oh, you're right, because he already has a match with Rich.
If Rich was to take that title down, he already has a guaranteed Lumberjack match with Rich King the next show. It would have been an LPW Grand Championship Lumberjack match. Larry.
Larry doesn't think a lot. Larry doesn't think a lot. He just thinks, I need to help my friend TY.
Yeah. Let's jump to the rest.
Yeah. So Larry comes out and he runs off Rich and Dean. TY climbs the ladder. Sheik is there. He beats TY down and then sandwiches him in between a ladder and then hits him with a chair. Absolutely brutal. There's a few more spots. I'm skipping a couple things to the point where Sheik has TY down and he pulls out a small golden gift.
Okay, there was a spot here with Sheik versus tables. When
I wasn't going to bring this up. Please go ahead.
She couldn't get the table to stand because the leg literally detached from the table. I was laughing so hard at that.
It was, to be fair, it was very funny, and I'm very sorry for laughing at Sheik. He's supposed to be the one laughing at me. So Sheik, he pulls out this little gold present, and everyone's like, at first everyone goes, "Aw." Then he opens the gift, tips it over, and thumbtacks start pouring out of this thing. And immediately the crowd lights up again. Because they were starting to lose the crowd a little bit. They lit up for the thumbtacks. There's a bit of fighting because Sheik has him up in a fireman's carry position, goes to hit him off, but TY beats off of him a bit. I didn't want to say those words, but they're the ones that came out of my mouth.
TY fights him off, gets down. Sheik goes for a code breaker, but gets caught. And TY's like, "The hell are you doing?" And he slams Sheik into the tax. Like,
Yep.
go for a code breaker. You were gonna land on the tax, bro.
I think he was still bothered with the whole table situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sheik takes a fall onto those tacks. Absolutely brutal. Ty, for the 40th time in this match, thinks he's done with Sheik. Climbs up the ladder, but Sheik manages to climb up the second half of the second side of the ladder. Ty is pulled through the rungs by Sheik here. Like one of his arms is pulled through the rungs, and then he just keeps punching through the rungs and eventually knocks Sheik off balance, and Sheik falls through the final table that is placed to the side of the ladder. TY finally takes a few seconds to breathe, climbs up, pulls down that title. Your winner and still LPW Grand Champion, it's TY Jackson.
Put it in my veins.
Oh, it was a phenomenal TLC match. Absolutely bonkers TLC match. And then the post-match happens. MRB comes out. And MRB specifically puts over everyone on the roster, everyone that has done everything that they can to be here. And especially he puts over TY for continuing to prove that he is one of the best in this company. But as he mentions earlier in the afternoon, he earned a title shot at TY's belt. And he announces that LPW 50, it will be MRB versus TY Jackson. TY taking on the one man that he has never beaten in a singles match. And MRB leaves with the line that, come to LPW 50. I highly expect you to prove to me and everyone else that you are the best in this company and that you will beat my ass. Because if you don't, I'll be a 3-time grand champion. And with that, he leaves, and TY goes to pick up the mic, but then he looks back at MRB and just raises that belt defiantly against him. No words needed. LPW 50, TY Jackson versus Michael Richard Blaze. It's going to be a heater of a match.
Yeah, it is. Being that we already spoke about it, but we're going to make it official here. Match of the night for both of us.
Every other match was great. This is a no contest, unfortunately. It was too good. It was absolutely everything I wanted in that match. Every single thing.
Michael Richard Blaze lived up to his old T-shirt. Arrived. Match of the night. Left, but he did come back twice.
He did come back later to announce a couple things.
Match of the night, and then left.
Yeah.
Match of the night.
Potential match of the year.
Potential match of the year. That was incredible. Hey, did TY versus MRB next month? That could top it. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, what a phenomenal show. Genuinely a phenomenal show. I implore you that when it eventually re-releases on the YouTube, because we all know it will, when it eventually re-releases, because the streams are down, go and watch this entire show. Go and watch the CWS show as well. Both shows were so awesome, and you should watch them.
I agree. But with that being said, we're gonna get out of here as fast as we can. Quickly.
I'll be as quick as I can. Blue Sky, you can find me at Blue Sky AWS comedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at AWS comedy YEG. You can watch me, my buddy Malcolm, and my buddy Andreas talk about Power Rangers and all the fun stuff that we do there, all the dumb jokes that we make. You can find that at the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And a very quick and brief shout out to the Grindstone Theater. I'm not even going to say my usual spiel. I'm just going to say 2 shows. Coming up this Saturday, June 27th, if you can make it out, a couple of great shows at the Grindstone Comedy Bistro. First and foremost, Sorry Not Sorry Improv presenting All the King's Men, Mansplaining with Drag Kings, Heated Revelry. It's one of my favorite Drag King shows. Some awesome people involved in that show, and it's just a lot of fun. If you've seen some of their fringe runs, it's absolutely great. And an hour after that show is the 11 o'clock number Pride Edition with special guest drag queen Hell of a Thing, Absolutely phenomenal improvised musical. I've been honored to have one of them after me. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend if you can make it out to the 11 o'clock number. It's always a hoot. That is enough from me. Andre C., where can they find you, my friend?
Excellent Blue Sky at That Candy Guy, Instagram says at That Candy. You can find me over on our local establishment where I do my show, Point of View, every Sunday, chatting the world of sports. Come join us this Sunday as we will be doing our predictions for the round of 32 knockaround for the FIFA World Cup, because that Sunday is the start of the knockout round. But come check us out as we break our predictions for the knockout round. We're going to predict all 16 matchups, so come check that out, and you'll see the results get our point results from our predictions on who was going to win their division, or win their groups in the group stage. So come check all that out on Sunday. Then you can see us doing Marvel Talk and DC Talk. We'll be back this coming weekend, hopefully, where it'll be myself, and then hopefully Oled and Peggy will be joining me DC Talk as we chat Supergirl. And then you can find us right here, Backbreaker video, all the great shows right here on this channel, all the great either watch alongs from Mike the Ref, and if you can check them out in replay form, or you can see them live, Backbreaker Pro Wrestling featuring Pop Swap Monsters. But yeah,
and your new Backbreaker Pro Wrestling champion, AWS.
His head is so big now. That is so big now.
You're just mad it wasn't you first. I mean, either way, Kayla gets a champion. Let's be real.
His head is so big now.
Kayla got a champion. Stop complaining.
And if you want to contact us, popspotpod@gmail.com for if you want to contact us. And then one more shout out. You got check out Love Wrestling over on Tixer. Get your tickets for LPW50 at the Rec Room. And if you want to see any other content, youtube.com/Love Wrestling CA.
Can we get a massive pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. Thank you so much for this absolutely stuffed episode of the Pop Spot on the LPW's two amazing shows from NAIT. I can't thank you for the support enough. Thank you. Please like the video, subscribe, comment, do all the fun stuff because, we deserve it and LPW deserves it. This has been Andre C. I have been AWS. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.